Hello there. It's been pretty stormy, the weather in Europe just recently, hasn't it? But it looks as though the Christmas break largely fine and quiet, particularly across Iberia, where we've seen some awful weather. You can see on the satellite picture, not that much in the way of cloud. But yes, there's some cloud moving its way through France, and yes, it will bring some rain, even some snow, probably welcome snow for skiers this week above 1,000 metres. But elsewhere, it's a fine, settled story. Much of the Mediterranean looks quite promising. Now, we have got some stormy weather across parts of Turkey and the legacy of showers across mainland Greece as well. But elsewhere, it's still pretty mild across the southeast, not for much longer. The Mediterranean, fine and settled. Temperatures slightly above where they should be for the time of year, perhaps low 20s into parts of southern Spain. Double digits for France, a little more fair weather cloud here. Now, a little bit colder into Scandinavia, but largely fine and quiet. Now, as we move into Thursday, Boxing Day, we'll see some heavy rain that's moving across the UK. Might affect the Low Countries as well for a time and into northern France, but the Mediterranean stays fine and settled. Let's take a look at the city forecast, see what to expect. That rain, well, a brief blip. Things will stay quiet as we head into the weekend. Good deal of sunshine on offer in Madrid and Rome. It has been incredibly mild across Eastern Europe, but there are indications that colder weather is set to arrive by the weekend. Take care. Hello there. The holiday season in North America looks largely fine and quiet for most. Taking a look at the satellite picture shows one area of cloud moving away from the southeast. This stripe of cloud here, well, it brought heavy rain into Southern California. It's moving out of San Bernardino, pushing into North Mexico. And behind it, we've got another weather front. But there's a good deal of high pressure on the chart, and actually temperatures a little bit warmer than they should be for many for this time of year. So let's take a look at that in a little more detail. You can see that where the driest and the sunniest of the weather is likely to be across the central plains down into that southeast corner. Pacific Northwest seeing a weather front that will bring some snow on the leading edge. Rain close to the coastline here. A little more in the way of cloud through northern California, but largely fine and settled. A little bit of fair weather cloud as we push further in. So it does look as though that rain will ease in Vancouver, and by Thursday it'll be dry, albeit cloudy. Showers easing in San Francisco and Los Angeles as well. Now, across that east coast, it's dry and it's fine. Not as cold as it can be really at this time of year, but the winds are coming from the north. Heavy rains moved away from that southeast corner. That's certainly welcome news, leaving a legacy of cloud in its wake, but it's a dry story over the next couple of days. So Wednesday, Christmas Day, looks likely to be fine and sunny. A little more cloud perhaps on Thursday. Hello there. A forecast for the Caribbean coming up shortly, but first of all, we'll start off in South America, where things are a little bit quieter and a little bit warmer than they tend to be at this time of year. The exception to that, though, is across parts of the Amazon, where we're seeing some pretty intense showers. Don't forget the brighter colours denoting this. We'll see some sharper showers moving out of Rio de Janeiro, but then some warmth across Paraguay, Uruguay, northern Argentina as well. But it's these showers here across Venezuela, Colombia, down into northern Ecuador and also western Brazil, pretty intense too. A few showers moving their way out of Rio de Janeiro, and then heat is set to build. Fine and settled to the south of that, as we've already discussed, 32 degrees in Buenos Aires. It's very nice indeed. A little bit of showery rain into the southern tip of Chile, a bit windy here as well with it. This is our city forecast for the next few days. More showers returning for Buenos Aires, as you can see quite clearly. But the showers in Rio easing, and sunshine returns with highs of 32 degrees. Mexico and Central America look fine and settled. There's some heavier rain down into Costa Rica and Panama, and a weather front easing away from Cuba and Jamaica, and things here look largely to stay fine and dry over the next 5 days. So you won't be disappointed if you're sunning yourself in the Caribbean. That's exactly the type of weather we are going to see. Any showers will be fairly isolated and pass by quite quickly. Take care. Hello then. Let's take a look at the satellite picture for Africa. There's plenty to point out at the moment. Some showers moving their way through parts of South Africa, some heavy rain into Madagascar, Mozambique and perhaps Tanzania, and also this circulation through the Mediterranean. Well, that could produce some sharp showers across Egypt over Wednesday and Thursday. So that's the story. As you can see quite clearly, the showers through South Africa, they will ease away as we go through the week. Some heavier rain continues across Madagascar, Mozambique and into Tanzania, and also up into the north. It looks likely that those showers will slowly ease here too. So this is the story for the next few days. Once that rain's cleared from Cape Town, we'll see some sunshine and some warmth returning on the city forecast. Casablanca stays fine and dry, but as I say, there will be some showers across North Egypt. Now, if we take a look at the Middle East, you can see that quite clearly. That rain will push its way into the Levant. There'll be some snow across higher ground of Turkey. Elsewhere, it's largely a fine, quiet story, as you can see quite clearly. So temperatures into Qatar, down to United Arab Emirates, are likely to be into the mid-20s. A little bit more of a breeze, perhaps, along that coastline of Yemen and Oman. So that's the story. Let's take a look at the city forecast. Little in the way of change. Dry, settled and sunny. Temperatures into the mid-20s. Hello there. Quite a quiet spell of weather across South Asia at the moment. Let's take a look at the satellite picture, and you can see quite clearly where the shower cloud is sitting to the south. We have got fog, some of that dense in places up into the north. That could cause some travel disruption, I suspect, over the next couple of days. But there's a good slice of dry, fine weather. Showers affecting Sri Lanka and parts of southern India as well, and one or two sharper showers perhaps towards the Maldives. But further north, yes, it's fine and settled. But as I say, we could see some fog, particularly to the north of New Delhi, and some of that stubborn in places. Now, across Central Asia, it's all about the temperature contrast. It's pretty cold into Kazakhstan, with temperatures struggling to climb above freezing. There's going to be a good deal of fine, dry weather, though. And as we move further south into the Shtans, you can see at those temperatures at around 9 to 15 degrees as daytime maximums, dry with some sunshine on offer. Then into India, as we've pointed out earlier, there's some sharper showers. They will continue through the course of Wednesday. Bangladesh, fine and settled. A few isolated showers through the Himalayas, not really amounting to too much. And this quiet theme of weather is set to continue over the next few days, largely fine and dry. Showers returning into Colombo for the start of the weekend, as you can see quite clearly. But the emphasis is with that dry, settled story continuing, and in Karachi, highs of 27. Hello there. An update on the Australia heat situation coming up shortly. But first of all, let's start off with Storm Phanphone, which continues to make progress across the southern Philippines. It will bring significant heavy rainfall, as much as 300 millimetres in some places. The possibility of some localised flooding, and then it will continue to track its way westwards across into the South China Sea. To the north of that, we've got some sharp showers into southern Japan. Also, we've got a weather front across central China, enhancing some showers into Shanghai. But to the south of that, it's fine and settled. A good deal of quiet weather across Vietnam and Thailand at the moment. Usual showers across Malaysia and Indonesia. But it's the storm that we'll need to keep a close eye on over the next day or so. City forecast show a good deal of dry, quiet weather, particularly Bangkok, with temperatures into the mid-30s. Now, the heat has abated somewhat, albeit briefly, across Australia, and there's some welcome showers across that east coast through Wednesday, but the heat is set to return as high pressure builds in from the Tasman Sea. So as we go towards the end of the week, widely they'll be back up into the mid-40s. As for New Zealand, a few showers into the South Island. We'll see some heavier rain perhaps into the North Island on Wednesday, but then things look likely to quieten down here over the next few days. So you can see a good deal of fine, dry weather, but that heat is set to return into Melbourne.